Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fight Me Bro betting show, the first show of 2020.
Immediately lagged.
21. I I already fucked that up. First bets of 2021, and we're here to give you the first winners of 2021 for UFC Fight Island, Calvin Kattar versus Max Holloway. I don't know if you guys remember, but we ended
on ABC.
Yeah, on ABC. I don't know if you remember, but we ended 2020 on a pretty big hot streak, and we're looking to continue that. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous because we've had a little bit of time to kind of let those bad gambling thoughts creep back in our head. I feel like I forgot how to bet on fighting to make money.
You're going to have to grease the wheels a little bit. We're going to have to. Luckily, we'll be thrown directly into the deep end of the pool here, though, because we've got Saturday night, Wednesday night, back to Saturday night. So we're going to get plenty of reps in the coming week.
Yeah, that Wednesday.
So I don't think that shaking the rust stuff will take very long.
That midday Wednesday teaser is going to be dangerous because it might put me in a hole for Saturday that I'm like, fuck. Like this might be a
McGregor my way out of this one.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like I might not even want to bet on Saturday because of a bad Wednesday outing, but I'm like forced to because I have a hole to dig out. So that being said, I have 3 bets. Nick also has 3 bets. I'll let him go first because I usually go first. So Nick, what do you got going?
Okay, first one. We're kind of at the bottom of the card. We are going with, I knew the name sounded familiar as soon as I saw it. Had to do a quick double peek into the guy, appalled that he's only minus 130. Phil Hawes is fighting this Nasruddin Imavov, basically guy who nobody fucking knows. Phil Hawes, for those that don't remember, is the guy that looks like he should be starring in every Marvel movie as every Marvel character. Dude is bricked up. I remember, I'm pretty sure you bet against him last time.
And he got nuked.
He nuked. He did the nuking.
Oh, that's what I meant.
In 18 seconds.
That's what I meant. I bet against him, and the guy that I bet on got nuked.
Yeah, Jacob Malkoon.
Yeah, the guy that was trading with Whitaker, and I thought, I'm like, oh, this is Robert Whitaker too. And it's like, he wasn't.
No, he was not. Phil Hall, I mean, really not a whole lot of thought behind this one. These guys are both 9-2. Both pretty solid win streaks coming into this. But, I mean, dude, just look at Phil Hawes, man. It passes the eye test.
I knew the name sounded familiar. And hand up, thought it was a white guy. Totally, Phil Hawes sounds like a white guy.
Phil Hawes is a pretty white guy name, but...
And so I didn't remember the guy that you were thinking about. Like, now that, as soon as you started saying it, like, I remembered the name. I'm like, wait, let me double check. Oh, wait, Phil Hawes is not who I think he is. It was that guy I bet against, and he's a monster.
He is a freak, dude. 9-2. I mean, the guy's got all the power in the world. I think I cannot believe he's only minus 130, though. I don't know if this other guy's got some sort of ridiculous gas tank, but I mean, dude, Phil Hawes throws bricks, and I'm expecting a knockout. Minus 130. That's going to be first bet of the year for your boy.
I like that bet. I'm probably taking it night of, but not putting it on my card because I'm a man of honor in 2021 like I was in 2020. So my first bet of 2020 comes in the co-main event, Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. Before I even saw the odds of this one, I just said, I'm going with the dog because whoever is neither of these guys are at the point in their career where there should be a favorite. And honestly, I feel like
where they should be fighting, period.
That too. So I guess I'm kind of glad that they're both 2 people that shouldn't be fighting. So in that case, I'll let it block each other out, and I'm okay with it. I've long been saying, I'm like, hey, if it's 2 old fucks that want to fight, as long as they're on the same level of old fucks, that plays for me. And on this case, it is surprisingly remarkable. I think they're kind of right at the same point of absolute dumpster fire. So that being said, I feel like you got to go with the dog here, and the dog's just Matt Brown. I feel like both of these
congratulations, Matt Brown.
Yeah, congratulations, Matt Brown. I think if you ask both these guys, they would prefer to bin the dog in this. Like, the dog is really the favorite, and so because of that, you just got to hammer Matt Brown at 145 and just go. Even if Carlos Condit wins, shame on you for betting minus 160 on Carlos Condit. Like that's just
Yeah.
irresponsible gambling. So
Yeah,
just
right.
because of that, you
Once
got to
again,
go
we're
the other
trying
way.
to not only win money, but also make the tout plays here.
Exactly.
Well, I'll give myself credit in a loss if I deserve it.
Mhm.
Okay, my second pick, we're gonna go all the way to the main event. I I think we're gonna get a mamma jamma of a slugfest. I'm not gonna pick against either of these guys. It's steep. I don't like it, but I'm gonna take it just because I think, and I also am hoping for it. So it's something that I can actually root for. I want 5 rounds of this mess. I'm taking the over minus 185 at what's that, over 4.5 rounds. So basically, we got to go to a 10. And I don't know who's gonna win. I literally have no idea. I'm super pumped for this fight though. Like this is absolute must watch TV.
Yeah.
I'm stoked, and I hope we get 5 rounds of it. Is all I'm hoping. Minus 185, a little steep. Like I said, I don't know, man. I'm at, neither of these guys seem like a guy that's gonna get put away. Their styles are both very in and out. No one's really a one hitter quitter. They really kind of pile it up on people and then break people down, which I just don't see either of these guys getting broken down. So I feel okay about the over 4.5. Kind of a gutsy bet, but I mean, really, the big win, the winner here, no matter what happens, is the people.
It's
The-
it's gutsy. It's a little steep at 4.5, like not the 185, but the 4.5 line. Like it's not always where you
yeah.
see it all the way that
Well, I
deep.
think three and a
But
half you could get at like at 230 or something, which I felt like that was reaching.
yeah, but I like it though because like I think Calvin Kattar is a slow starter. Max Holloway is a builder, not a power puncher, and like I think we just got a slugfest written. Like I would be very surprised uh if I saw Calvin Kattar like put away Max Holloway in the first like 3 rounds. Like that would be like actually shocking to me. Like no one drops Max. Like you almost don't have to worry about Max Holloway getting finished because it's like he's kind of proven at this point that so far he is unfinishable unless your name is Conor McGregor, right? Oh no, Conor McGregor didn't
No,
even finish him.
nuh-uh.
Fuck me, dude. The guy's got an absolute rock solid jaw. So I like the over. Um, my next bet also comes in that fight. I'm going Max Holloway minus 150. Don't get me wrong. I love Calvin Kattar. I would not be mad with a Calvin Kattar win because it'd be awesome to see him be the guy in the spot. But I have a feeling Max Holloway's at that point in the career where you see with a lot of people, you kind of think they're going to go away, like loses the belt. You know, it happened to Robert Whitaker, and you just think like, man, I think people just kind of caught up and figured him out. And as good as Calvin Kattar is, it's just Max Holloway has proven to be just fucking unbelievable. Arguably, still won the Volkanovski fight. Like some people might say, he's still the champ. What he did to Brian Ortega, um, I just think he's just going to be too much to handle, especially with a guy that like Calvin Kattar, right? Like Calvin Kattar's kind of shown that he's a little bit slow to start. And Max Holloway is just going, if he just comes out there right away and is just putting on the pace, racks up 3 rounds, maybe 1, 2, 4, takes the decision there. I just like Max Holloway by this. Well, I didn't take him by decision, but I'm calling it by decision, but I like him at minus 150. I could also see a late stoppage too. Thoughts? If you had to lean one or the other,
Huh?
if you had to lean one or the other, who are you taking in that fight?
I probably would lean. I feel like I'd lean Max only because, and now this is going to sound like a slight against Dan Ige, but I feel like Dan Ige was able to touch Cater a little bit. He got clowned in that fight for on the whole, but like I feel
True.
like he landed a couple decent shots. And also, I think I'm just doing too much. I've just been on Twitter too much lately, but everyone's making a lot out of how laser focused Max Holloway looked at that stare down,
Mm-hmm.
which he does. And so
Yeah.
I'm kind of I might be, and also I like you, I do like Calvin Kattar, but if we're gonna get past the X's and O's and go to the intangibles, I just don't know that the New England Mafia or whatever they're calling themselves,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a thing. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's gonna be a thing in fighting. And so like if
People
it's not
want it
gonna
to
be a
be a
thing,
thing.
eventually it's gotta come off the tracks.
I think people want it to be a thing like how like city kickboxing is a thing. How they got their crew, and this is going to be the new American crew that comes up, like the Long Island Death Squad or whatever they had going, the Goon Squad. So I'm kind of with you there. I don't know necessarily I think they're all they're very talented, but I just don't know if they're like Calvin Kattar as champ seems like a little bit of a stretch right now. I think he's got the capabilities, but right now, like the top, it's looking like it's pretty
We're gonna
tough.
have to see some serious improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, not serious like he's so far, but I just think those top 3 guys, I don't think you can be like, oh, Calvin Kattar's gonna run through everybody until he gets back to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
don't know if that's gonna be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, last pick, lock of the week. One, I don't necessarily love this lock at all, but I had to go with something, and so I figure why not come out firing with an underdog lock of the week. You already had it on your card. It's Matt Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Like Carlos Condit's only. I know that Matt Brown's only beat Diego Sanchez and whoever the fuck else he beat.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's slipping my mind, this is pretty embarrassing because I thought I had this written down. I'll find it. Hang on. They, hang on. Come on. Internet. Oh, Ben Saunders. Right. Another fucking old guy that should retire. And so I know that those are his only 2 wins, but Carlos Condit has only beaten Court McGee since 2015. Like, that's not good. And
Court McGee's pretty mid. Pretty
yeah.
mid.
And Matt Brown, at least in 2015, Matt Brown at least beat Tim Means, who is still kind of putting together some decent wins. So,
and I feel like Matt Brown, it's just his chin that's gone, and fortunately, Condit has the chin there still, and so that it's just gonna be a battle of chins. But
the funny thing is, these two have lost to like the same people.
Yeah,
Magny, Damian Maya, Robbie Lawler.
It's crazy that their paths haven't reached until this point.
That's the crazy. Everyone's been saying that about this fight, but it really is the craziest part of this fight. I don't know if I can trust Carlos Condit. And the other thing about Matt Brown is he, like you said, it's really his chin. So if he doesn't get kicked in the face, if he doesn't get kicked in the face in the opening 6 seconds and he's able to get against the fence and kind of just like, if there's one thing that Carlos Condit does not have any of whatsoever, it is any grappling defense. And I don't just mean, obviously takedown defense. He gets taken down. A swift gust of wind puts this guy on his back. But even just in the clinch, you just muscle him around. And Matt Brown's comfortable there. He likes he likes throwing those elbows in the clinch. He's a big fan of that. Big fan of tying people up, knees. He's got a very Americanized Muay Thai type style, I guess I would say. And I just, if he can wrap Condit up like that, I just find it hard to believe that Condit's going to be able to get anything cooking. And then if he decides to shoot a takedown, he's going to hit it. So there's that. So you could always win on decision there if he's got the cardio to shoot 3 takedowns. But yeah, I don't know. And then like you said, just shame on you for taking any favorite in this fight.
Yeah.
Just there's no reason. But now shame on me for making this fight lock of the week. But hey, we're coming out firing in 2021. We're going for all the marbles. I definitely. I probably will just, I might double or triple down on this night of just out of principle.
Yeah.
Just because the favorite of this fight should not win. It's exactly what you said. The favorite of this fight deserves to lose because they shouldn't be the favorite in any fight.
And yeah, exactly. Both of these guys are at the point of their career where their only win will come as a dog. Yeah. And it's crazy it's how much of an inverse, like it's Carlos Condit with still somehow a chin of steel and his body's deteriorated, and then Matt Brown where his chin is just gone, but physically it looks pretty good. It's not like Matt Brown was ever the best of athletes, so I feel like he hasn't deteriorated as much. So I'm just gonna hope that like Carlos Condit just doesn't have it in him to knock out Matt Brown. So don't hate that.
Also, not that Matt Brown's some submission artist.
Yeah,
but Carlos Condit's been submitted in like 4 of his last 5 losses.
That is true. I wonder what that might be worth looking at on night of to see what maybe the
let's look at it right now.
The Matt Brown submission line.
Brown wins. Brown wins by TKO is at plus 420. Am I reading that right? 950
by sub.
Yep.
All right, I'll throw that on my card. Just because it's 2021, I'll throw a little half unit on that. So I'm adding Matt Brown by sub. half a unit, 0.5 unit. But for my lock of the week, I'm going with Mr. Knockout from 2020, Joaquin Buckley. I think he's gonna knock out this Alessio de Chirico guy. Just look, he's coming off of a 3-fight losing streak. The UFC, this is just the first UFC being like first UFC event of the year. They want to pick right back up off of 2020, and they want to market their star, so they're giving him a pretty juicy matchup. Joaquin Buckley is gonna knock out Chirico faster than he could say gabagool. It's just he doesn't have a shot. He's just not as good of an athlete. And Joaquin Buckley is kind of, I don't say he's got the best feel of the sport, but what I've seen from him is he's got a motor and he's got the power and he's willing to come at you. And I feel like a lot of times when you got these guys, these young guys with power, they'll just kind of wait and counterpunch and
certainly is athletic.
Yeah, try to Tyron Woodley you and be like, I'm just going to time my shot and drop you like Yoel Romero. But he's the type of guy, he's just like, no, I'm going to come at you, throw hooks, because if I throw enough of them, you're going to go down. And if you somehow catch my leg, I'm going to kick your fucking face into the third row. So Joaquin Buckley, a little steep at minus 260, but I think this is just all marketing. Dana White, this is a maybe not a major star, but this is a mid-tier star that he's trying to build here. So he's
trying to find like
the
next cowboy. Like, who would be like a good analogy for this?
I almost want to say like a Rumble Johnson, like a guy that you're just setting him up to like give you highlights. Fuck, I think I lost.
Yeah, but like Rumble Johnson got a title shot. I don't know if Joaquin Buckley's ever gonna get a title shot.
Yeah, it's early in his career, so we don't know. But I'm saying the kind of like, I think that's all they never wanted Anthony Johnson to be like I think they don't ever want him to.
Once he went to 205, I think they did.
You think? I feel like they just wanted him to be a guy in the mix that's going to be always scary in the weight class.
Mark Hunt.
Okay, I guess yeah,
That,
I see it. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think anyone thought Mark Hunt was going to win the UFC title, but he's always scary. Could always knock you out.
True.
I mean,
I think maybe Joaquin's a little more physically gifted than Mark Hunt.
Oh, sir, but I'm saying
Mark Hunt's no fucking slouch to be compared to. Like, I get what you're saying in the sense of like, he's there to get in the mix and knock motherfuckers out and to make the card look good. He's there to make the card look good and exciting. He did it against Jordan Wright, where it's like, oh, here's a nice upcoming prospect. He's like, well, I'm just going to knock you out and give you something fun. He's a fun fighter to watch. So
he's got big headline the prelims.
Mm-hmm.
Tag written all over him. Like, he's the fight in a year or so. Buckley's about to headline every prelims, like right before they cut to pay-per-view. Yep. That's his fighting spot.
Yep, exactly.
That's his spot.
That's gonna be the one to get people hyped. Like, yeah, he's just he's a UFC hype man pretty much, and he just hypes you up with knockouts. So I love him there. Minus 260. So those are our bets. First ones of 2020. Sounds like we're probably gonna sweep the board. I don't know. I would, if I had to guess, I would say more likely, if I'm a betting man, and I would bet that we are going to sweep them all. So you'd be an idiot not to take them. And you'd also be an idiot not to follow us on social media. You can find me at Broliva. You can find Nick at _Guy_in_a_gi. And you can find both of us at Below the Belt MMA. So until we're going to have to do another one in a couple days. So until early next week, peace out, guys.